Playing it safe. Too often, people are unwilling to take a chance and push themselves forward because they want to live in some cotton wool wrapped up world. They think that if they step outside of the comfort zones, take a risk, try new things, the world is going to collapse around them and they're going to end up in some sort of Dante's Inferno. But that's not really the case. And a lot of the time, when someone is sat or lying in the deathbed with the family weeping around them, they'll probably look back and think about what could have been. There could have been opportunities that could have been missed. There could have been more financial benefit or more interesting days within your life. But you were probably too worried and you didn't really make that leap. But if you follow 5 fairly simple steps, your ability to step out of your comfort zone is probably greatly improved. The first step is just to take small adventures. You don't need to buy yourself some sort of motorized unicycle to try and step outside of your comfort zone. You could just do something small, like trying to cook a different meal or learning a new language. It doesn't have to be something absolutely extreme. And the penalties or comebacks, if it all goes wrong, aren't really that bad. The second step is to reflect upon missed opportunities. As previously mentioned, you don't need to wait till the end of your life and your sad demise to look back and think about opportunities that could have been missed. Sometimes when you're sat in the pub and you've had one too many and you're thinking about, in a nostalgic way, what could have been. But you could do this on a daily basis or a weekly basis and think about the opportunities missed and how you could overcome that in the next week going forward. It doesn't have to be something absolutely extreme. The third point is to try and make the way forward to be able to step outside of your comfort zone. And you can do this by volunteering your skills. You're probably pretty good at a number of things that other people aren't. And if you volunteer these skills, it could be writing, you could be physically fit, so you could help out with a sport, or you could code or create a website. People need these skills and it gives you exposure and it gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling and a pat on the back. So think about that. The fourth point is to redefine what you think failure is. It could be death or it could be losing 50 quid. Is it really that bad? Well, death is, but 50 quid is probably pretty bearable. If you decide what failure actually is, you can bring that in a little bit and think about what is an acceptable loss. So, if you have open eyes taking on a little bit of risk or stepping outside of your comfort zone and you're willing to bet on red and black comes up and you lose, you can walk away with your head held high. And the fifth point is just to give yourself some daily challenges around a courage habit. It could be saying hello to a stranger, or it could be approaching a dog with the owner's consent, of course, and giving it a scruffy pat on the back. If you have some sort of phobia or issue that you need to overcome, you can step into it with trepidation, but ultimately you're going to try and overcome that fear and have a little bit of courage that'll make it easier moving forward. So, to just go over those 5 points again, set up and schedule small adventures to step outside of your comfort zone. Reflect and think about missed opportunities because you're wrapping yourself up in a big sleeping bag. Volunteer your skills, it gets you out there, and you've got nothing to lose and everything to give. Redefine what failure is. It's not death, it's probably losing a little bit of time or a little bit of money. And commit every day to just doing something that gives you a little bit of courage. And if you do that, your ability to step outside of your comfort zone and grow and not play it safe are going to be vastly improved.